The Stelvio needs to offer well if Alfa has any expectation of remaining alive in America. Of course, it may not be as sharp or as attractive as the Giulia, yet the market requests its hybrids, so's what it'll get. The Stelvio is bouncing into an extreme and exceptionally challenged portion. Opponents like the Porsche Macan, Jaguar F-Pace, BMW X3 and Mercedes-Benz GLC class are for the most part solid contenders with attractive styling and lively driving flow. The Stelvio will need to truly sparkle to make a gouge. Relate editor Joel Stock stated, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio feels particularly like a greater, taller Giulia. While this means it feels somewhat less agile and lively, it likewise implies that it's a standout amongst other drivers in its class. In the engine is the same turbocharged 2.0-liter four-chamber making 280 torque. It feels perfectly for this hybrid. It's glad to sit at low RPM on the interstate, yet in addition conveys lively increasing speed while trumping on the gas. It even sounds great, giving a growly snorty sound while quickening. It's similar to a grown-up form of the motor in the Fiat 500 Abarth. Ride and taking care of are all around adjusted, as well. Controlling is fast, and the entire vehicle feels amazingly light. It inclines essentially more than the Giulia and turns. Be that as it may, as hybrids go, the Stelvio is an extraordinary handler. The ride is on the hardened side, yet a long way from rebuffing. I do wish the directing was somewhat heavier, and that the weight developed all the more dynamically. It feels somewhat less informative than I lean toward. The Giulia Association proceeds inside, however this time we wish they weren't so comparable. Despite the fact that the dashboard is an appealing shape, there are many low-lease plastics strewn about. Some of the handles feel chintzy, as well. There's not a considerable measure of knee room in advance, either, and the seat could utilize a couple of greater change alternatives. One thing the Stelvio's inside nails, however, are those awesome move paddles. They're tremendous segment-mounted units that are anything but difficult to discover paying little heed to your hand position. They have a stout activity, and they're produced using strong metal that feels awesome. No doubt about it, the Stelvio is basically a major Giulia. That is great and terrible, however in the event that you need a down-to-earth hybrid that isn't dead inside, the cooperative attitude exceeds the awful.